Hey everybody, Blaine Austin here at Sewing Machines Plus, and welcome to our Thursday live show. We have a great show in store for you today. We have Miriam Coffey here today. She's a national educator for Janome. We're going to talk all about that Janome 500E. But before she comes on, we got some things we're going to talk about, and super excited about what's coming, guys. We've got so many things in. Everybody say hello to Kyle and Andrew. They're here in the studio this morning.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
And we are going to, we got so many great things happening at SMP with all the big events and things coming on. Man, it's fun. But first, before I get into that, I got to say a big happy birthday to my wife, Michelle. It's her birthday, and we're going to celebrate the whole weekend. So I told her, I said, just be prepared. We're going to celebrate the whole weekend. So we're going to go out. I'm taking her out to a fancy dinner.
Nice.
We're going to do that.
Steakhouse.
Yeah, I think we're going to go to a big steakhouse or somewhere, and so excited about that. And but got to talk to y'all about some events coming up. As y'all know, we've kicked off our Takeover Tuesday back. I don't know if y'all have caught them yet, but 2 weeks ago we had Becky Thompson. She kicked off the very first one. This week we had Carly Bell on Tuesday. Next Tuesday we have Joanne Bako coming in, and then the Tuesday after that we have Jane Klaus. So they're in full swing, and basically Takeover Tuesday, those four are going to just alternate, come in, and they're just going to take over our studio and just do whatever they want to do. So, but anyway, they're going to be doing a lot of crafting and doing a lot of sewing and things. So it's going to be pretty cool. So, oh, Michelle is on, by the way.
So
look at that. I see her
so much.
So I can't tell y'all how old she is. But she's
because you can't remember, you can't say it on.
She's a lot younger than me. Let me just put it that way. Yeah, I'm getting to the age I can't remember, Kyle. That's what it is. But yeah, so we're going to have her a good birthday. So Takeover Tuesday, y'all make sure y'all mark that on your calendars and join us. It's going to be at 10 a.m. every Tuesday morning, Pacific time, noon Central time. And then on Thursdays, as y'all know, we have our regular Thursday live show. We hope that y'all will join in and tell your friends. We need to grow this channel, so let everybody you know that's in sewing to join in and tell them about how great the guests we have come on and that we give stuff away. So it's your chance to win some stuff and be part of the SMP Nation. Because, man, we got a great group of you out there, and we're super excited that y'all tune in every week. Before we get too deep into some of the show dates and things, got to say a big shout out to some of the SMP Nation out there. We have Nancy Pizer in Ohio watching. So good morning, Nancy. We have Tammy Thacker in Kentucky. So actually it's afternoon in Ohio and in Kentucky. They're probably already noontime. So we have Nancy Gonzalez down in Florida watching, and Dorothy Belcher in Kentucky. We have Carrie Lambert over in Texas, Gail Abear in Mississippi, and we have Sandra Kenna in Wyoming. So thank y'all for joining in, and that's just a few of y'all that we're recognizing this morning. So some of the dates we're going to talk about is Monday. Cyber Monday is December the 2nd, and Kyle and his team have been working extremely hard on getting all the products that we're going to have on special. And this year it's going to be probably the best year we've ever had, because all the manufacturers have some great Black Friday, Cyber Monday specials, and we've been trying to get them to let us carry those over into Countdown to Christmas show, which is right after Cyber Monday. So this year what we did, instead of having Cyber Monday didn't fall in November, and usually we have Countdown to Christmas the second week of December, we decided since Cyber Monday is on December 2nd, we would just have our whole Countdown to Christmas just back up to it. So basically on Monday is Cyber Monday, and then on Tuesday through Friday is our Countdown to Christmas show. And on the Cyber Monday, every 15 minutes we're going to have a different presenter with the product. It's going to be extremely fast paced. We only have 2 breaks through the whole day, and we're going to do probably a few little giveaways during those breaks, 15-minute breaks. And then on Countdown to Christmas, every day we have an educational session. And one of those sessions, each one of them basically are going to talk about last minute Christmas gifts that you can make. And we got some great educators coming in to do that. And then all the product sessions, demos, are going to be 30 minutes. So it won't be quite as fast paced, but we're still got a ton of products we're going to bring in. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. And naturally, we'll give some door prizes and things away. We'll squeeze those in here and there. And then you never know, Kyle might be dressed up in an elf outfit for the countdown to Christmas. So then after countdown to Christmas, we have got January. We're going to be at the Road to California Quilt Show. And we encourage y'all, if you're in Southern California, make sure y'all sign up to go to that. It's January the 21st through the 25th. And we're going to have 6 different booths at Road to California. We're going to have like a city block. It's going to be a huge setup. We're going to have King Quilter there. We're going to have the Janome long arms there. We're going to have Happy embroidery machines there. We're going to have Serendipity. We're going to have FOF booth and Arrow cabinets. Yep. So it's going to be
a huge King Quilter booth.
Yeah, it's going to be a big booth. And we're going to also, we got some of the Sew celebrities going to be there too, guys. We've got Carly Bell is going to be there. She's going to be in the Happy booth. We're going to have Becky Thompson and Belle Bruner and Audrey Hartman are all going to be in the King Quilter booth. We got Corey Sheehan. Y'all have seen him on our videos. He's the manager of the San Marcos retail store. He'll be in the King Quilter booth. We're going to have just so many talented people who are going to be helping us, working with us. We got people in the Janome booth. We got a lot of educators from FOF going to be in the FOF booth. So it's going to be a great time. If you want a chance to meet some of the people you see on our shows, they're going to be there. I'm going to be there. So come by and say hi to me. I'll be floating around in a bunch of the different booths. But it should be a great, great time down there. Then it leads us into February. Now, February, guys, we've got our huge event that we're having in the San Marcos retail store, and it's called the Stitch and Switch event. And this event is a unique event, and it's basically we're bringing in 6 of the different brand machines out there. They're top-of-the-line machines. So basically, if you sign up for this, you're going to get to sew on the Brother top-of-the-line machine, the Baby Lock top-of-the-line, the Bernina, the Janome, the Viking, and the FOF. And it is going to be a great, great time. We've got some great educators coming in, too, that are going to work each station. So how it works, it's team sewing. So you and a partner will sit at a machine, and you're going to make a total between you, the two of you. You're going to sew out 6 of the projects. They're in the hoop projects. And all those projects are going to be led by Reen Wilcoxon of Embroidery Garden. She's going to be there. And basically, you and your partner will get to sew 3 each on the various machines. But then you're going to take the kits, 3 kits home with you. So the others, you're going to sew between the two of you the 6 projects. But, you're going to take 3 of them home that are sewn, and you're going to take 3 kits home so you can make them at home. But it's going to be a great event, and you'll get to rotate around each pod of those machines. And with the national educator are going to be there to help you. So, we've got Christy Burcham from Bernina going to be there. We've got Sarah Vesser from Brother. We've got Melinda Stevenson from Baby Lock. We've got Wendy Owens from Viking there. We've got, who's it from Janome, Kyle? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. Oh, Amy Meeks. Amy Meeks from Janome is going to be there. So, so many great people. It's going to be such a good time. And then we've got
Amy Mead.
Yeah, Amy. It's Meek, and Amy Meek. Scroll down a little bit farther, Kyle. No, scroll down the sheet. Keep going. Right there. And then we have, scroll back up, Benny Lopez.
Benny Lopez.
Yeah, Benny Lopez is going to be there for FOF. And so we have 6 national educators that are going to be running the pods to help you with that machine. And so basically it's like going to a CarMax and test driving all the fancy cars of every brand. It's going to be awesome. And what I'm doing, if you live out of state, or not even out of state, if you have to fly, if you're up in San Francisco and you want to come down to Southern California, if you fly in for the event, you pay for the event, it's $149. It's a 2-day event. The first dates are already sold out, Kyle, but we had to add a second date. So it's February the 12th and 13th. Those are sold out. February the 14th and 15th, we still have available seats. If you fly in for the event, pay for it and fly in, and you end up buying a top-of-the-line machine while you're here, I'm going to reimburse your airfare. That's a pretty good deal. And so it's going to be a great event. We're going to feed you both days that you're here. You'll get plenty of chocolate. We're going to have a bunch of giveaways. It's just a great time, all for $149.
Ship you back your machine, I think. Right?
Yeah, and we'll ship the machine back to you wherever you live. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be a great time. So that's in February. And then guess what we're talking about, Kyle? March.
Quilt Fest.
It's Quilt Fest time, guys. Already in March. So if y'all haven't made a quilt yet to enter in our contest, make sure that you go ahead and get started on that so you can get it submitted in time. All we ask is after you make your quilt, you take some pictures, you follow the rules, take a bunch of pictures of it and submit those, and we'll post those, and then you'll be entered. And we'll have professional judges come in and do the judging on it. We're going to have some great prizes for the winners. And then we're going to have the popularity contest like we do too, what we call the People's Choice. Whoever gets the most votes on theirs will win a prize as well. So that's simple. All right, so we talked a little bit about, we told you about, Janome in show today. We're going to talk all about that 500E. And we have Miriam Coffey here. Now, Miriam's been on our show many times. She's a national educator for Janome. And, she came this year and worked our Comic-Con booth at the San Diego Comic-Con. We had Janome in there, and we go way back with Miriam. So y'all make a big SMP Nation welcome to Miriam Coffey.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Miriam, how are you?
I'm doing really good. How you doing?
Oh, she went mute.
Uh-oh. We lost you, Miriam.
Oh,
there you go. I hear you now.
Is it okay?
Yeah, we hear you. So
okay,
how
good.
are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing great. So I never got to talk to you since you were in San Diego. How did you like your trip to San Diego?
Oh, I had a great time. It was so much fun. And I think we're doing it again next year. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, we are doing it again next year. So I think you're already slated to come again. So we're super excited about that. And, but I wouldn't have thought we would have had so much, interest at Comic-Con because I've done them before. But I tell you what, we had a ton of interest and a lot of people there, wasn't there?
There were a lot of people, and it was just so much fun to see a new group of people that was excited about sewing that we don't normally get to see, because normally I'm used to my quilters and all of my regular home sewers or whatever. But to see this new group or younger group of excited sewers that are excited to work with different materials and try new things, it was just a lot of fun to kind of pick their brains on what they want to work on and what they're looking for on a machine. So it was tons of fun.
Well, I was super, excuse me, I was super excited about, the interest we had there. And excuse me, can't talk. But I was super excited about how much interest we had at Comic-Con, and we sold a lot of machines from there too. So that was super great. Normally a lot of times those type of shows, you don't have as much interest, but man, they were loving it. And you did such a good job, I heard there too, interacting with everybody. But we're so excited to have you here today. And I want to hear your view. What's your favorite feature of this 500E?
I think it's the hoop size. I think you get so much bang for your buck with this machine, and having the 7.9 by 11 inch hoop space, which is basically the size of a sheet of paper. You can do some really impressive stuff in that size hoop. And with an embroidery machine, this hoop size is the most important thing, in my opinion.
You're exactly right. I feel the same way about this machine. And this is our most popular Janome machine.
I didn't know that. That's good to hear, because I love this machine. It's one of my favorites.
We sell a ton of these things. Yeah. We sell a lot of the multi-needle too. The MB4 and MB7 are kind of right there with it. But this 500E has been a huge seller for us, and there's a reason why, because it's such a good machine. So, hey, Miriam, we're going to let you start demoing it, and I'll come back here when you get finished up. We'll tell them exactly how they can get one of them.
Sounds great. All right. Hello, everyone. And thank you guys again for letting me be a part of such an exciting event. I am here to explain the 500 ELE, which is one of Janome's embroidery only machines. So all it does is embroidery. So it doesn't sew, all it does is embroider, which is one of my favorite features about it, is because I'm a big fan of having separate machines. Combo machines are great, and especially if you're tight on size. But when you're wanting to be able to work on more than one thing and multitask, having an embroidery only machine like the 500E is the way to go. And the 500E is the way to go because you're going to get so much bang for your buck with this machine. And with the hoop sizes, the amount of hoops that you get, all of the editing that you can do on this machine, like, you're just going to be so happy with this. I've had, we get on loan machines for Janome, and I've had the 500E a couple times, and I've just loved it every single time I've had it, because I can be embroidering on my machine over here and sewing on the other side of the room and getting twice as much done. And then if I get my long arm going and I've got 3 machines going at once, and then you really are killing it with multitasking. That's my favorite. I don't do that as often because you're kind of jumping around all over, but having that embroidery machine that you can embroider just on its own is one of my favorite features about this machine. So let's just jump right into it. I'd mentioned the maximum embroidery size is 7.9 by 11. So that's basically a sheet of paper. And you can do some really big, beautiful things on this machine. Let's just wake her up. So there she is. So this is an example of one of the things you can do on the larger hoop size. So this is an embroidery of a tiger, and you can see the beautiful stitch quality on this machine. It does beautiful stitching, which is what you want, because when something does just one thing, you know it's going to do it awesome. It's going to do an awesome job at that one thing, and that's all it does, because all this does is embroidery. So you've got that large hoop space. You also have 160 built-in designs that this machine is going to come with, as well as an extra USB stick with additional exclusive designs as well. There are also 6 fonts for monogramming, and as well as 2- and 3-letter monogramming with or without brackets. And these are some examples of the monogramming, the 2- and 3-letter monogramming. And these are the brackets that are on it. You can remove these, or you can have those on, which is a nice feature to have, because you may want the brackets, you may not. And then these are some of the fonts that you have. So these are 3 of the fonts, and they come in 3 different sizes. So you can see the small, medium, and large. And then within the small, medium, and large, you actually have the ability to adjust it 20%. So that means it can be 20% smaller than the small and 20% larger than the small. So you can do, and then any range in between that. So you can get between the small to the large, and then 20% on either side. You can get really any size font that you want on this machine without having to put it into a software program or anything like that. So having that ability is a really nice feature to have with all those size fonts. About the speed, it's got a nice range for the speed. It goes 400 to 860 stitches per minute. I like to embroider around 600 stitches per minute. I think you get the best stitch quality around that speed. So that's normally where I'm at when I'm embroidering on this machine. It does also have jump stitches, which allows you to jump ahead on your design, whether that's through every stitch, every 10 stitches, or every 100 stitches. So that means I could go every stitch, every 10 stitches, or every 100 stitches to go much faster through my stitch count. And not every machine has that ability to jump through the hundreds. A lot of them just jump 1 stitch at a time, and that takes a really long time if you're having to jump through a lot of different, through a large number of stitches. So being able to jump that 100 is really beneficial. And I will show that to you, how to do that when we get to the machine. It does also have an auto return after a thread break. So let's say our thread breaks for whatever reason, because it sometimes happens. Our thread breaks, and it's going to jump back about 5 or 6 stitches in order to lock those stitches in place before you begin embroidering again. So if you ever have any problems, it will automatically do that. You don't have to worry about doing anything. It just does it for you, which I love when the machine does things for me and I don't have to worry about it. It also has that onboard editing, like we mentioned. We will move the camera closer and get up a little bit up and close to the screen to do the editing. But you can do some basic editing on this. So you've got your copy and paste, rotate, changing colors, a cornering function. You can change the arc and the spacing of lettering. And we will go over all of that closer to it. So you'll be able to actually see it and not just hear about it. It makes a whole lot more sense once you see it live happening in person. It's a little bit easier to see once we do it that way. And then it also has 4 different hoops that it comes with, which is really nice because not all machines are going to give you that many hoops. A lot of times they give you like 1 or 2 hoops, and then you have to purchase all these other hoops separately, which are normally hundreds of dollars. And we give you 4 different hoops. And with those hoops, we have the SQ14B, which is our 5.5 by 5.5, which is this one right here. And all the hoops do come with an acrylic template as well. I just don't have those out because they get a little messy all over, just with all these different hoops and then all these different templates. And then there's the RE20B hoop, which is 5.5 by 7.9. So you've got a nice rectangle here. And then we have the SQ20B hoop, which is our 7.9 by 7.9. So basically an 8 by 8. But if we're getting technical, it's at 7.9 by 7.9. And then last but certainly not least is the mama of the hoop sizes, which is the RE28B hoop, which is the 7.9 by 11. So this is your sheet of paper. So this is the big one that you're going to want to use for all of those big designs that you want to work on. Let's just get these hoops out of the way. Does also come with your instruction manual. So it has in its full color. So you have your designs in here. Actually, it has your designs here in the back. So these are all of the colored designs. So you don't have to scroll through, and they're printed out a little bit bigger than they are on the screen. So it's a little bit easier to see what you actually get with the machine on this printout. So that's a little bit easier to see. Next, you have some other things that you're going to get with this machine. You're going to get Embroidery Editor, which is a basic embroidery program. Basically everything that you can do on the screen, but just on a software program. And then there's AccuStitch, which is you using basically decorative stitches to create different embroidery designs. And then you'll be able to stitch those out on your embroidery machine. And then it comes with a little extra pack of goodies, scissors, extra bobbins, another spool caps, and then that USB stick that I'd mentioned that has additional designs, that's in here as well. And then it has some magnets for that large hoop to snap, because those bigger hoops, you need magnets to sort of keep your fabric taut and keeping it from slipping around. So you've got those magnets for the sides, and then a direct connect cable so that you can either bring your designs in through that direct connect cable to your laptop or through a USB stick right here on the side here. And then it comes with a little stylus, so you can, and then a stylus holder here on the side. So you can do that as well. So that's sort of just a quick little overview of it. I'm going to move the machine closer, or sorry, the camera closer to the machine so that you'll be able to see the screen a little bit better. And we'll go over the edit screen and all the kind of extra features that are on the machine. So you'll understand all of the ins and outs of the 500E. So pardon me for this little wonky transition here. Let's just get this closer. There we go. I think that's better. You should be able to see the screen pretty well from that angle. So this is just sort of our home screen here. We have 3 different tabs We have our first tab, which is our designs, which is a flower. That's all of our designs. And then we have the ABCs, which are all of our fonts. And then there's a grid, which stands for our edit screen. We're going to first select the flower. It's going to pull up all of our designs here. And it's going to go over to whatever the last category you were at. If I want to see all the categories here, I can select that flower icon, and it's going to show me all the different designs here. And then if I look at the bottom here, it's going to show me 1-3. That means we're on the first page of 3 pages. And I'm going to use this arrow to scroll to the next page and select a design. Let's see, in the pantry. And they have like cute little mason jars. And let's go back. Let's grab one of those mason jars. We can select that mason jar. And then it's just going to go to your ready to sew screen. But if I wanted to edit that, I could bring this into my edit screen. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's go to our edit screen. And then now it's brought it over to my edit screen. But if I did want to go back to the flower icon, which is all the different designs, could do that. Again, we've got more than one page here. We have 3 pages of designs. These are cute little banners that you can make, those little buntings for that celebration designs. Those are really cute. I like to use those and make like happy birthday banners or welcome home or congratulations or something like that. Those are really cute. I have one in my studio that says measure twice, cut once. That goes all along one side of my studio that I did on the 500E. And then next we have, let's actually just cross out of this because we want to stay here in the edit screen. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this first icon, which is a picture of a hoop. We're going to select that hoop, and it shows me that it's going to default at the SQ14B, which again is that 5.5 by 5.5. But I want to actually switch to the RE28B hoop, which is that 7.9 by 11 hoop. So that's going to center it automatically, my design into the center. I can copy and paste it. Anytime you copy and paste something, it's going to automatically copy and paste it directly on top of the original design. So if I move this, now I have 2 designs. Now I'm going to go ahead and trash one of those because I don't need both of them. But that would be how you would copy and paste. And then next, this is one of my favorite features is the enlarging or decreasing of their size. So this is where I can increase my mason jar by 120% or decrease it by 80%. So now I've got a cute little tiny mason jar. So I'm going to hit OK on that. If I had hit the X on that, that would have not saved my design and it would have just gone back to its original 100%. But since I hit the OK button, it went ahead and saved it for me and saved the different features or the different edits that I made to that design. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the page because we're on a new section here. And we're going to we have our rotate button. So this is where I can rotate my design a single degree at a time or a full 45 degrees at a time. And then I could just keep rotating around until I got a position that I'm happy with. And then if I hit the OK button, it will save those features and it will save it in that. I'm going to actually X out of it because I don't want to save it upside down. I want to keep it just like that. And then I can also mirror image it vertically or horizontally. This one doesn't show much of a horizontal because it's pretty straight on, but it is slightly tilted. So I could do that. This next button is actually grayed out because it only works for fonts. So it's not going to show you anything that you can't actually use at that time. So that's not applicable at the moment. So it's grayed out. Same with this next button, which is our grouping button. We only have a single design, so there's nothing to group together. So we don't have to worry about it grouping. And the next would be if we wanted to save our design into the machine. So I can select this pencil icon and that I could type in a new name. So I could type in mason jar And then I could save that to either my machine or save it to a USB stick, and then always have that design saved into the machine. I'm going to X out of that because we don't need to save it into the machine, but that's how I would do that if I wanted to. Next, we have our colors changing icon. So this is where I could change my colors to whatever I wanted. Again, I could change and then maybe do that black, see if that looks any better. And then if I was happy with that, I would hit the OK. I'm going to hit the X because I'm happy with its original colors. This next button is also grayed out, so we can't do that because it's not applicable. Same with this next one. We have our centering button, which if I move this out of the way and then hit that center, it's just going to jump right back into the center. And if I want to move my designs, I can either move it with my stylist or my finger, or I can also move it with my arrows. And do that a moment at a time. And then I just want to hit that centering function again, and now it's going to go back to the center. And then actually, let's move this mason jar up into this corner. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit this 4-corner function, and that's going to copy and paste my designs on all 4 corners. So if I wanted to stitch out multiples of something, but I didn't want to have to copy and paste it a bunch of times, that's when that cornering function comes into play. And then next we have our sew. This is when we sew. I'm not sure what's that's technically called, what the icon's technically called, but it's basically what this one does is it will sew your design without changing threads. So if you want a monochromatic design, you could select that, and so it's without creating color changes. So this has color changes in it automatically, but if you wanted to get rid of those color changes and just sew it out all in one color, that's the button you would want to use. And then we're back at the beginning. So then I also want to show you that you can zoom in. So that's zoomed in, and you can zoom in. There's 2 different sizes or magnifications that you can zoom into, and then you can pan around, or you can move the designs and have the background move or have the designs move. And then we can hit the OK button, or we could move them this way too. If we hit the OK button, it's going to go to our ready to sew screen because we've gone over. Anytime it has a little message on the icon, just read what it says and then do whatever it tells you to do. But that was just telling you what hoop the machine, what it was set defaulted at, which was again that large hoop, the RE28B hoop, which is again that 8x11. So this is my design, and it's going to show me the hoop that we're going to be on, the size that it is, the amount of colors there are, how fast it's going, the amount of time it's going to take, that it's on auto tension. And then it also has this icon right here, which is has a flower icon and then a petal icon. This basically shows you what you're sewing versus what your design is. So if I'm sewing this whole design out, but I'm only going to be doing 1 thread color at a time. And again, we actually have 24 thread changes on this because each one has a certain number of thread color changes, and then that's multiplied by 4. So then this, if I wanted to just see what I'm working on now, which thread color I'm working on now, I would hit the petal icon, and it's going to show me just what I'm working on at this very moment and not the entire design at once. And then this is your basting icon. So if I want to baste all the way around, or if I want to trace, I could hit this icon. This first one is your trace icon because it's not a dotted line. It's just a single line. It's going to go around in a square or a rectangle. And then it's the dotted one is your baste. So that's the one it actually sews. And then there's a double baste here as well. So it's going to stitch around the outside and then stitch around the inside. So that really is for if you have a fabric that's really slippery and if you aren't using a sticky stabilizer. If you were using a sticky stabilizer, you don't need to baste. But if you're using a slippery fabric that isn't stabilized with a sticky stabilizer and just a regular tearaway or cutaway or something along that lines, you have that double base feature. And then this is when you can pull your hoop to the back corners or the front corners. So this is basically how you can manipulate your hoop in this icon here. And then this is where I can see my thread colors, or if I want to see the my arrows. I'm going to keep it on the thread colors because we're going to explain that here in a second. Then we have the nudge feature, the thread order here. This is showing me there's 3 pages of thread colors because, again, we've got 24 colors here. And then we have again, this is another hoop where we can pull the hoop to the side and get it out of the way. So this is really nice if you want to pull your hoop to the front. Let's say you're doing an applique and you don't want to have to take the hoop out of the machine. You just want to pull it to the front and then cut away that applique fabric. You can do that without having to take it out of the hoop. So it saves time and just makes it a little bit easier. So that's what that icon is for. And then we're back at the beginning. And then we have our stitch count here. So that's going to show me how many stitches we have. This is where I can jump 1 stitch ahead. So I could go 1 stitch at a time. And if I keep holding it down, it's going to jump 10s. And then now we're doing 10s. And then now we're going to be doing 100s soon. So that's how you can jump stitch to stitch. Or if I don't want to jump ahead, I can also just type in whatever stitch count I want to be. So let's say I want to go to 555. I can hit OK, and it's going to jump to that stitch, and then it will jump to wherever I am in the thread changes. So I've skipped stitch number 1 or thread color number 1. I'm now on thread color number 2. So that's kind of everything that we've gone over there. With all of those different thread colors. So if I wanted to I could just jump to a different thread color. So if I didn't want to do number 2 at all, but I don't know what the thread number is for number 3, I could just jump ahead, and now I'm jumping to different colors. So that would be a way of jumping to a different color without having to jump through going stitch by stitch or without having to type it in. And then that would give me, I would be starting sewing on thread change number 6. So that's everything on the ready to sew screen. So let's go back, and we're going to go to our alphabet. So let's go to the center section. We're going to go to the ABC, and I want to explain everything on the ABC, which is our font page. We have our fonts, which are here. This is going to show you all the fonts that are available. This is your 2 and 3 letter monograms. There's border and normal sew down here, which are different icons. They're not letters. They're just fun little icons that you can edit and manipulate like letters, which we will explain in a little bit because you can manipulate those a little bit differently. But I'm happy with the Gothic, so I'm just going to keep Gothic for now. So we're just going to leave that be. Next, we have where we can enter our fonts in horizontally or vertically. So that would be how you want them to be presented or imported into your edit screen. I'm going to keep it horizontal because that's the way I want it. And then this is your size. So that would be your small, medium, or large. So that's your medium. That'd be your small. That's your large. I'm going to keep it on medium. I think that's a good size. And then this is your capital or lowercase. So I'm going to keep it on capital. And that's where I could save a design. I don't need to, anytime you see that folder with an arrow in, that means I'm saving a design. If there's an arrow out, that means that I would be pulling a design out of a folder or out of a icon or something along that lines. So we're not going to save this, but that's where we would. I am going to type something in though. So we're going to type in Janome. So we've got our Janome typed in there, and I'm going to hit the OK, and that's going to bring that in. So it's sent me to my ready to sew screen. I'm going to actually just I'm going to hit the OK button, and then we're going to go to the edit screen. And then I'm going to center that. So that's brought it into the center. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my page until I get to my ABCs. Remember, this was grayed out before. So we just select that. And then I can space out my letters so that they're spaced out really far. And then I can curve my letters. Let's actually do it. Let's do it like that. That looks good. And then I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to bring this down so that it's on the lower half of my design. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste. And I'm going to now bring this up. And we're going to mirror image that. And then I'm going to arrow this up. And then now we've created a cute little circle that says Janome. And then I could either bring in a design into the center or move designs on the sides, or it could just be, I could be happy with the way it is. And then I did want to show you the grouping icon here, because this now I can group this together, because before there were two separate elements. Now that they're grouped together, and I hit the OK. I can move them together like they're one unit. So now I've made one singular design versus two separate designs that I would have to, if I wanted to move this, before I grouped it together, if I moved it to the side, I'd have to move the top and then move the bottom separately and then realign it perfectly. But this way I can just move it all as one unit. And then I could copy and paste it and make another one. And then now I have two. I'm going to trash that because I don't need two. But then now I have that perfect circle. And then I can move that with my arrows here to center it if I wanted to. Or I can X out of this and go to my centering icon. And then now, well, now those are separate designs. So we'd have to actually just bring this back up, because I deselected them and ungrouped them, sorry. So those were, now they're ungrouped. So now they're separate elements that I can edit separately. And then if I needed to do the same, I would just have to do the same thing to the other one down below. And then again, if I'm happy with this, I can hit my OK button. It will take me to my ready to sew. This just tell me is to keep my hands clear. Tells me what hoop I'm on. And again, now it tells me all of the, size, speed, time, color changes, things along that lines. And now let's go ahead and we can X out of that. Now I want to go over these icons here. And that first icon, the home icon, is our sort of home page, which has, again, the designs, the fonts, and the grid. And then this is how I could bring a design out, because remember how I mentioned if you see a folder with an arrow out, that's how you can bring a design out. So I could bring a design if I had saved any designs onto my machine or onto a USB stick. I don't have a USB stick selected currently, or I don't have a USB stick in the machine. But if I did, that's where it would show up right here. And then if I'd had something saved into the machine, it would show up around here too. It would show me a list here. Right now I'm in my USB. Right now I don't have anything in here. So, but it would be shown on a list below here. And X out of that. So that's that icon. Next we have our set icon, which has a whole bunch of different settings. This here, again, I have 1-4, which means I have I'm on page 1 of 4 pages. This shows me my screen contrast. I have a volume. Let's actually switch this to inches. It's easier for inches for us. We're going to turn our page, and then we've got our touchscreen calibration. If we need a format, our standby timer. So remember when I woke up the machine earlier, it had gone to sleep because it will go to sleep once it's not been touched for 10 minutes. So that just sort of saves power. And then we've got our upper thread sensor on. So that's if a thread breaks, we want it to be on, but you could turn that off if you wanted to. You've got your sewing lights on or off, quiet mode on or off. And then you have your clean bobbin holder message. So this will remind you when you need to clean your bobbin area out. And that would be if you wanted to turn that message on or off. I think it's important to keep it on because it's always good to have a reminder of when you need to clean your machine, because that's a great feature to not have to remember, oh, it's been X amount of hours since I've embroidered and I haven't, changed my machine or cleaned out my machine in X amount of time. We don't want to have to keep track of that, but the machine's going to keep track of that for you. So it's going to pop up and ask you, have you cleaned out your bobbin case area? And this is where I could change my background color. So I'm going to keep it on pink. It's a pretty color. And then this is where I could reset all of my defaults, all of my settings to default. So if I made a bunch of changes and I wasn't sure what the regular default was, I could just hit that yes, and it's going to change it all back to the regular defaults. But I'm going to go to my common settings. That was my common settings. I'm going to go to my embroidery mode, which goes over your tension, the remaining bobbin thread, which I actually like to bump down to 0.5 because that's going to leave the least amount of thread on your bobbin, but still leave a little bit. It's about a yard of thread left. So you're wasting very little thread. And especially if you use a pre-wound bobbin, you can get a lot more bang for your buck with those bobbins than you do if you wind your own. It does have a bobbin winding motor up on the top, but if you wanted to buy pre-wounds, that's a great way of getting a lot more thread on your machine, on your bobbin. And then we're just turning our page like before. Maximum speed right now is set at 600, but I could bump that up to 700 or even that 860 that I mentioned before. You've got your one stitch stop, which that is if you have you're working on, let's say, freestanding lace and you don't want that little nest on the back, you can do a one stitch stop. It's going to stitch once, you're going to pull up your bobbin thread, and you'll be able to pull up that bobbin thread so you have a nice clean back. It's also really great for when you are doing quilting in the hoop and you want a clean back on your quilt. Doing that one stitch stop is a really good feature to have. So that's the one stitch stop. And then we have color grouping, hoop calibration, hoop confirmation, all kinds of stuff like this. Let's see what else is there. Thread cutting, if you wanted to turn your thread cutting off, I always keep that on. Cut color changes after ends, things like that. All kinds of settings here. This is all your thread cut, your thread colors that are set, that are defaulted in. So right now, my Janome polyester is all of the threads that I would see in my color chart. But there's also Madeira, Gutermann, Robson Anton, Jenny Haskins, Iris, and there's all kinds of stuff. And then you've got your grid on or off. You've got the different size of your grids. You've got your zoom mode. And then I'm going to hit the OK because I do want to save some of those changes that we made. But then again, we're back at our edit screen, or sorry, we're back at our ready to sew screen that has all of our settings here. And then I think we've done the set. Let's do our question mark, which this one's fun. This one is how I want to wind a bobbin. It shows me a diagram of how to wind bobbins. It shows me how to replace a needle, how to thread the machine. There is also numbers and arrows on the machine itself, but this gives you a little bit more information. This gives you a step-by-step diagram of how to thread it properly, which is always good to have a reminder. And then let's X out of that. And then we have inserting the bobbin. Last but not least, how to insert your bobbin. again, multiple pages with thorough illustrations on how to do so. So you don't have to pull out your instruction manual because it's all right there. And then we can just X out of that. And then we've got our last button to go over, which is our lock key, which basically when you're threading your machine, it's good to lock your machine so you don't accidentally hit the start button and sew over something you don't want to sew over. So it actually, and it also keeps your tension discs open when you're threading, which is a good thing to have because you want your tension discs open for when you're threading around, and it doesn't get caught on that when you're pulling it through. If you have your tensions closed, it can sometimes do that. So I can unlock that. And then that's basically the overview of the 500E. Let's go ahead and pull the camera back to see the full screen. Let's see if that's just the table. There we go. Here we are. That's there we go. There we go. I'll be back in the screen there. So that's basically my little overview, the song and dance for the 500E. So do we have any questions on the machine?
Well, hey, if anybody's got any questions out there, y'all put them in the chat right now, and Colin will put it up on the screen for us. Great job, Miriam. Fantastic again. So Denise is saying, great info. Thanks, Miriam. If y'all got a question, put it in the chat right now. If you've got a question about the machine or anything for Miriam, we can get it to her. We'll give y'all a few seconds to do that. But
Where can you buy bobbins?
From Sewing Machines Plus, we have pre-wound bobbins. We have everything you probably need to get for sewing machines. And if we don't have it, we'd probably find it, can't we, Miriam?
Your one-stop shop.
Yeah. Well, we have, I forgot how many products we have on our website, Kyle. 100,000? It's only 40,000? We got 30,000 just in accessories, don't we?
Yeah.
40, yeah, we've got a ton of products. I know we have 40,000 just in accessories.
Yeah.
40,000 different. Yeah,
That's
so it's a lot. All right, so we got a question. Barb Tori saying, what kind of warranty is on the machine, Miriam?
So it's the normal Janome warranty, which is the 1 year bumper to bumper, 5 years electronic, and then 25 years mechanical.
Yeah.
Can you buy other hoops?
Yes, I can answer that one. You can buy extra other hoops.
There's
a couple.
One of the big hoops is the Accu fill hoop, which is your quilting in the hoop. So that would be your edge-to-edge quilting. And that comes with like a little software program that helps you do your edge-to-edge quilting.
So Rita's asking a question. She says, this is a crazy question, but does thread go bad or get too old to use?
Yes, it does. And a good way to test that is to like pull on it. If it breaks like instantly, or shreds, if it breaks too fast, it can get dry rot. So you can test it, and if it breaks really easily, I wouldn't use it.
And another tip for you too on that is if you've got a thread rack, kind of like we have back here behind me, if you got something in your sewing room like that, you're showing your threads, do not let sunlight hit it, because if sunlight hits it, it'll fade and it'll break real easy.
Yeah.
All right, what was the other question just up? I missed that one.
Does the machine sense that it is dirty, or does it remind you to clean after so many hours?
Yes, it does. It reminds you to clean your bobbin area, which I'm not sure how many hours it is, but it does remind you to clean it.
I just tell everybody, Miriam, on a good rule of thumb is if they're doing a project that has quite a bit of stitches, just when they get finished with that project, blow it out, blow that area out, put a drop of oil and move on. Because if you do it like that, because when you're doing a big project that's when you get a lot of the lint and stuff built up.
Yeah. When in doubt,
how
clean
it. Easy is it to center your needle when actually embroidery?
The needle does not move, so it's always centered.
Okay. And Kathy's saying, what was the name of the hoop you mentioned for E2E
It's edge to edge.
edge to edge quilting?
The AccuFill.
Okay.
Can you use metal hoops like Durkee and stuff?
Yes. Yeah. All you have to do, some of the hoops, if you use some aftermarket hoops and things or other brands, a lot of times they won't recognize, the machine won't recognize the hoop. So you have to make sure you do the tracing feature to make sure your needle's not going to hit the edge of the frame and break your needle and mess everything up.
And that was, that's a really
that's
easy function to get to.
Nobody's coming on. The AccuFeed kit for the 500E includes a magnetic quilting hoop and the PC software. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great addition. And we have those.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, that looks like it's it, Miriam. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Great demonstration, by the way, on that. And, you know, I know that's one of those machines, again, you could probably spend 3 or 4 hours on it going through all the features of it. But great overview, and I think everybody got a good taste of it. And we sure do appreciate you coming on today and helping us out.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to come on.
All right. Well, hopefully I'll have you again real soon, okay?
Sounds great. I think I'm actually going to be on the next month for the countdown to Christmas.
Yeah, you sure are. I just remember because I just sent you emails on it yesterday.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll see you then, Miriam. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye, guys.
All righty. Okay, everyone. Let's tell you how you can get this. So this is the 500E. You look at the price. Now, I'm just going to tell you right up front. This is a great price for an embroidery-only machine. And I'm going to tell you that that's what makes this machine one of our most popular machines out there, because you're getting such a good embroidery machine with that 7.9 by 11 sewing field, embroidery field. So it's a huge embroidery area on this type of machine. And the price on this is just fantastic. Also, you're getting that 160 built-in designs. You're getting 6 fonts for monogramming. You're getting 2 and 3 letter monogramming. You're getting an embroidery speed. It's from 400 stitches per minute all the way up to 860 stitches. You have that flexible stitch traveling by units of 110 and 100. Auto return to post thread break. On-screen editing features. You're getting the hoops that come with it. You're getting the 7 by 9 by 11. You're getting the 7.9 by 7.9 square hoop. You're getting that other 5.5 inch by 7.9 inch hoop. You're getting a 5.5 by 5.5 square hoop. And then you're getting an optional hoop you can get for this that is a 1.5 by 5.5 if you want to do like shirt cuffs and different things that are smaller. USB drive with 30 large exclusive designs that come with it. The AccuStitch PC compatible software. There are so many things packed into this. And again, you know, you're getting a great machine with an all aluminum chassis on this. Makes the machine extremely durable. It's a pretty lightweight machine as well. So we do have some special financing available if you give us a call, and we do have a call-in special on this today. So it's 800-401-8151. Give them a call because they have a lot of different things they can do. And then we also have some packages that we can hook you up with too to go along with this. So there's a lot of things that they can talk to you about. But again, $1,900 for this, or $1,999. And I am telling y'all, this is such a good price for this machine for what you're getting. And I think Miriam said it perfectly. She said you're getting a lot of bang for your buck with this machine. And I totally agree with this. Comparable machines out there on the market with this are right at $3,000. So really good machine today. So make sure if you are interested in this at all, give them a call. Just go in and get on the phone and give them a call and just ask them, hey, what is the special today? What kind of financing can I get? Just give them a call and ask. It doesn't cost you a thing to do that. And again, if you've been looking for a great embroidery only machine, hey, look no farther. This is a great machine to have. All right. We are going to move on. And hey, one other thing, Kyle, I wanted to also talk about that I forgot to tell y'all, which is because it was such a new event. We do have in January the 8th, mark that on your calendars, we are having the Art Spira workshop. Now, This is geared toward all you Brother machine owners out there. If you own a Brother machine or a scan and cut or one of the sublimation printers or the print moda, this is going to be for you, because what the ArtSpira is an app that Brother makes that, as long as the machine has wireless capabilities, you can connect to your ArtSpira app and you can download designs right from the ArtSpira app to your machine and do them. And you can create your own artwork and things in the ArtSpira app and transfer it to the machine. So it is a great, great app that they've got. Now, Sarah Vetzer, y'all probably saw her, it's probably been a month or so ago. She, Angela Wolf was filling in for me. She hosted the show and she had Sarah Vetzer on here and they talked about the ArtSpira. Well, she just took a little bit of a sneak peek basically for it. The class that we're going to have, it's the Brother ArtSpira Workshop. It is $49 to you, which is extremely cheap. It's going to be a 4-hour deep dive into ArtSpira with Sarah Vetzer. And again, it's going to be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time. And this is a 100% virtual event. So you can sign up and get exclusivity to this event. So you're going to get a code just for you that lets you into the event to see it. And we're going to have people monitoring the chat that can answer questions for you and relay them to Sarah. Sarah is going to be able to answer your questions. She's going to do a deep dive into ArtSpira and how to use that. And it is so cool, all the different things that you can do with it. So if you are a Brother user out there and have one of those machines, we have a compatibility list on the product page as well of all the different things that the ArtSpira will work on. I would highly recommend to sign up for this. And then we're also going to have a watch party. If you are local in San Diego area and you want to come and watch it at the retail store, we're going to have our classroom set up with big screen TVs and projectors and things. And we're going to have a watch party in there with that. You're going to have people that are live in the classroom that can help you answer questions about it as well. Also going to be relayed questions to Sarah. And then we're, naturally, if you're coming to the live show for your $49, you're also going to get some snacks and some drinks and some little goodies and things. So we'll do some giveaways. It's going to be a great time. So y'all make sure, if you're interested in that, go sign up for that. It is up on the website right now where you can sign up. It's only $49. And that's just to help cover Sarah's expenses and a few things other than that. So it's extremely cheap for you to get it. And that's a really good price for 4 hours of instruction. So we're looking super excited about that. I forgot to mention that earlier. So I want to make sure I let y'all know that. All right, Kyle, Andrew, what time is it?
Giveaway time.
It's giveaway. So we're going to give some stuff away for you watching today. And it's easy to win things on our show. All you have to do is just watch the show, participate in it by doing chats, liking it, all those different things, and you'll get entered to win. Now, one of the things I just want to tell you real quick, guys, if y'all haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please go subscribe to it. It's so easy to do, costs you nothing, and it really helps us out. It enables us to do these giveaways and things. The other thing we encourage you to do, if you haven't liked our Facebook page, go like it, because we're posting things on there all the time. We're giving you updates. And then we do have an exclusive club on our Facebook group. We have a SMP Facebook group, and you also get very exclusive offers in there that you don't get anywhere else being part of that group. And so make sure y'all do that as well. But, go like our page, the first step, and then subscribe to that group, or request to get in the group, and then make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, so we're going to give away some of our event bags. Everybody loves these things. They come in 8 different colors. They are unique sayings on each size. The pack of 8 they sell for $49.99 on our website, or you can buy them individually for $9.99. These are kind of like the permanent shopping bags you get at the grocery stores. But we're going to give 2 of you lucky viewers a set of these right now. So, Kyle, spin that wheel. Jackie Peterson, watching today on Facebook. You are our winner. So congratulations, Jackie. Now, to claim your prize, Jackie, you need to go to SewingMachinesPlus.com. When you get to that page, scroll down toward the bottom of the page, and you'll see it says claim my prize. fill out all that information complete, hit submit, and then once we get that in, we'll get your bag shipped right out to you. All right, Kyle, we're going to give another one of these ways, so spin that wheel. Linda A. So congratulations, Linda. Linda's watching today from YouTube. So Linda, to claim that prize, go to smplive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information complete, hit submit, and once we get that in, we'll get your bags shipped right out to you. All right, next up, we are going to give away one of our world famous sew mats. Now, we are still giving away, the color is blueberry. It is a cross between a brother blue and a purple, and it's kind of a Concord grape color. Really pretty colors. We only are giving away extra large in size. So you're getting a blueberry extra large mat. And I always tell everybody, if you don't have one of these mats sitting under your machine right now, you're doing your machine a disservice. These things really do actually work. They reduce the vibration that the machine goes to the electronics. It helps dampen that. It dampens the sound that it makes it quieter. It doesn't let it slide around, and it also protects the surface you have it on. So if you wanted to set it on your kitchen table or dining room table, it's not going to scratch the surface you have that machine sitting on. So very easy to clean, damp cloth. You can just wipe it down to keep it clean. And they also use these things for pin cushions. You can stick your pins in it, all kinds of different things. We use them around the office. Everybody has their whole keyboard and mouse and they're at all their desks sitting on these things. So, but these are great. I would highly recommend you, if you don't have one yet, go ahead and purchase one. They start out, I think, at $29.99, go all the way up to $49.99. We have 13 different colors and 4 different sizes, so we have a lot to choose from. And the brother is brother blue, matches the brother exact. The gold is baby lot gold, and the red matches Bernina and Janome. So we have the colors to match your machine, and pretty cool. All right, Kyle, let's spin that wheel.
Sewing Machines Plus.
Wow, we won. You know, that happens occasionally. It's kind of funny. We always have to respin. Don't worry, everybody. Paula Becker. So congratulations, Paula. Paula is watching today from YouTube. So Paula, you know the drill. We need you to go to smplive.tv. Scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information complete, hit submit. Once we get that in, we will get you a blueberry extra large mat shipped right to your doorstep. All right, Kyle, let's give one more of these away. What do you think?
One more.
All right, Andrew's saying yes. All right, so Kyle, spin that wheel. Dorothy Belcher. So Dorothy Belcher, she was one of our, we said hey to, shout outs at the first of the show. So congratulations, Dorothy. Dorothy is watching today on YouTube. So Dorothy, to claim that prize, you need to go to smplive.tv. Scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information complete, hit submit, and once we get that in, we'll get your extra large blueberry mat shipped right out to you. All right, next up, we are going to give away a gift card. This is a $25 gift card to Sewing Machines Plus, and you can just, whatever you decide to buy, once you get it in your shopping cart, you put the gift card code in there, and it'll take $25 off your purchase. So, Kyle, spin that wheel.
Paula Grower.
Paula Grower?
From here?
Grower? We're probably butchering your name, Paula. Sorry about that. But Paula's watching today from Facebook, and she's got a cute little dog as her profile picture. So Paula, how you're going to claim that prize is you're going to go to smplive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information complete, hit submit, and what we'll do is we'll email you a gift card code back, and then you can just use that code at your checkout, and it'll take $25 off the purchase. All right, next up, we are going to give a brother P-Touch printer away. Now guys, these are really, really cool. This works Bluetooth via your smartphone. You download an app and you can go in there and type everything in your phone, do it. It connects to the printer, you hit print, and it actually prints it out on your little tape. So these are great for labeling all your little accessory bins and things in your sewing room. I love these things. And this is the latest and greatest from Brother. It's $129 for this. And we're also going to throw in about $50 worth of tape or $60 worth of tape with you when you win this. We're going to throw in a bunch of spools of cartridges of tape. And you'll have all kinds of different things to use for this. And this is such a good giveaway. So Kyle, spin that wheel. Ralphie Nix. So congratulations, Ralphie. You just won yourself a Brother P-Touch label maker. Ralphie's watching today from YouTube. So you know the drill, Ralphie. Go to smplive.tv. Scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim my prize. Fill out all that information complete, hit submit, and once we get that in, we'll get you your Brother P-Touch shipped right out to you. That's simple. All right, everybody. Just want to say thank y'all for joining our show today. Remember, next Tuesday, we have Joanne Bako coming in. She's going to be taking over the Takeover Tuesday. She's taking over the studio. She's going to have some really great things to show you. Now, it'll be at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Central time, her show. And then we'll be back here again on Thursday next week and our regular Thursday live show. Do you remember who our guest is, Kyle? I can't remember. I'm sorry, guys. I can't remember who our guest is. Anyway, we'll let you know. Hopefully, you'll see the thumbnail. Make sure if you haven't signed up for our newsletter yet, go sign up for our newsletter. You'll get emails from Sewing Machines Plus about all the specials and things we have going on, and you'll do that. Also, the Facebook, we will notify you on Facebook what's going on as well. And you know what I like, Kyle? One of the features we have, you can sign up for text messaging. I love that feature because it tells you when the show's starting. It sends you things about all the specials we have going on monthly. So I love the text messaging because I always have my phone with me and I get it. So thank y'all so much for watching. Again, we hope that you have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all back here Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Bye, everybody.